I'm Michael Breed, out here working on trying to figure out whether Pro V1, Pro V1x, which one's going to be best for me. I can't wait to hear how far that one carried.
You want to hit one more?
Are you kidding? I want to hit a whole lot more. Thank you, Frederick. We're evaluating light, feel, and spin. I like the way that one felt. I just crushed it right at my target. I'm Michael Breed, out here working on trying to figure out whether Pro V1, Pro V1x, which one's going to be best for me. And here's the suggestion that I have for you. When you start to evaluate which golf ball is best for you, always green to tee. So we're starting with a wedge here. We're evaluating a couple of different things. First of all, the feel of it, the flight of it, and then finally the spin. And we're going to do this with wedge, 6-iron, and driver. So we're starting with the Pro V. And by the way, I've got my good friend Frederick out here helping me. So we're starting with the V. This is my wedge. We'll really feel how this feels off the face. And then we'll get a chance to see what the numbers are. I pulled that a little bit, so maybe just a slight difference in the spin number here, but let's see what Frederick has to say about that.
So new Pro V1, Michael, like you said, we're going to see a little increase in spin from the last generation. You spun that at about 9,300 RPM. Peak height around 76. As you know, X should spin a little more, fly a little higher. Let's try that out.
Yeah, so that ball felt great. Just didn't quite get to the apex that I want. Now, one of the things that when I'm testing these just in the strike, I do like to use a tee just so that I can kind of stay in the same place and not mess around with these numbers. So here we go. This is the Pro V1x. That appeared to be a little bit higher trajectory. I missed the contact just a fraction, so that spin might not be what it would normally be for me.
So spin did come up a little bit, 9,800, so you're up about 500
great.
RPMs. Height came up a little bit too, about to 80 feet, which is what we like to see, what you like to see. And distance stayed the same. You know, you're not really going to see any distance difference here, but you get that increase in spin, increase in height, better control.
So again, one of the things that you want to be paying attention to when you're doing this is, what do you like to see? Do you want that ball to have a little bit more spin? Do you want it to have a little bit more piercing trajectory? You want a higher apex? These are things with a little guidance like Frederick here, you're going to get an understanding what's going to be best for your game. All right, so did a little testing with the wedges. Now what I want to do is I want to test the 6-iron and see how it responds. And again, we're back to the Pro V1, which I really liked the way that Pro V1 felt with the wedge. See what we get with this 6-iron. Oh, that felt really nice. That is a little softer. When I hit the wedge, it felt a little bit firmer. That 6-iron felt a little bit softer.
There is a softer cover on the new Pro V1.
Yeah.
From a number standpoint, your peak height was 92 feet. We like that.
Yeah.
You know, Pro V1's a little flatter than X. Spin was about 5,200, so maybe a little low for your 6-iron, but carry 180, really solid.
I like that. All right, now let's give the X a little shot. See what we get out of that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so 6-iron, 92, 180, and what'd you say, 55?
52.
52, okay. Caught that just a little bit fat, but I like that feel too, and I like that trajectory, that apex and everything, but I did catch that just a little bit fat.
Even with that, you could see it a little higher in the air, about 92 feet, so similar.
Yep.
5,200 spin, like you said, it was a little heavy.
Yep. And
172 carry. So on a normal swing, we'd expect to see those numbers up, more spin, higher flight, maybe similar carry to a little more since you're a lower spin guy. You want to hit one more?
Are you kidding? I want to hit a whole lot more. Okay, that was pretty solid. A little bit of a pull, but pretty solid shot. And again, I like the way that one felt. That's what I'm more used to, that firmer feel.
That sound, yeah, again, the height did come up that time, almost 100 feet.
Yep.
Your spin was similar, still in that 5200 range, but like you said, it was a pull.
Yep.
And carry back up to 180, which is where we want to see it. You're obviously a great player. You're testing golf balls
you know
out
what?
here.
I love spending time with you, by the way, so thank you.
But when you do test, you got to hit a number of shots. You're not going to hit everyone perfect. So this is a great example of when you test the new V or X and you're out there to hit a bunch of shots.
And I think one of the things that's really important when you're doing this, I go back to what I said in the beginning, is how does it feel to you? I like the feel of that firmer X, so that's probably for me, that's where I've been, that's what I'm used to, and that's what it seems like I like. But you know what I want to do? I got to give the driver a shot. All right, now I've gone through the irons. Thank you, Frederick. And now I'm going with the driver. We're going to start with this Pro V. This one here for me, and my guess, Frederick, is going to come out a little bit flatter and maybe not have the same carry distance that I might get with the X. But let's see what we get. Yeah, that's definitely flatter. It's hit, but it's really kind of penetrating that trajectory.
Yeah, you're on the low side of spin, low side of flight to begin with, and that flew very low, 53 feet,
Yep.
and spun just under 2,000 RPMs. We want to see those numbers come up if we're doing a ball fitting here, and we'd expect that from Pro V1x.
Okay, so now the Pro V1x, I should get this one to get a little bit more up in the air. Remember, 90 feet is really where I'm kind of comfortable playing. And we really want to see that spin rate get over 2,000, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we get here. Oh, yeah. That's much higher. I can't wait to hear how far that one carried.
So you could just see that in the air. That was in your window more. Not quite to 90, we're just under 80 feet, but spin came up to 2,300, again, keeping the ball up in the air. 250 carry, 286 total. Great numbers.
286, and that was a little bit in the rough when that was running, so we know that thing was getting to 300. Again, I go back to this. You got to look at performance. It's a big part of this. You also have to understand the feel of this golf ball, and when you get fit for these golf balls, make sure you go from the wedges, from the green, back to the tee, to the big dog, the driver, and then you'll have an understanding of what's the best golf ball for you.